And what are the benefits of the Fatak suspension over the CRD, the normal racking pinion, and the normal suspension, the shock absorbers? What is the benefits of this advantages rather over the normal suspension which you get in the CRD version?
Okay, so what happens is that this is a very old suspension setup, right from the days of the horse and the cart. So this is a leaf spring setup. It is a parabolic leaf spring.
Okay.
The leaf springs are usually used, as we even say in today's day and age, there's a lot of trucks. So you can load them, take them on bad roads, good roads, wherever. They last long.
Correct.
They are almost unbreakable. And in a lifetime, you may just have one or two springs that will break, and they don't cost much. These vehicle, this suspension setup in this vehicle is the typical old Jeep setup, so it gives you the old Jeep feel.
True.
Firstly. The CRDI is having a independent suspension in the front, which is a coil spring setup with a shocker and double wishbones. That setup is good for handling, better comfort. The steering setup is on a rack pinion and not like the long steering column that we have
True.
here. As you can see, the steering box here.
The CRD basically has a car handling type, similar to a car,
CRDI
similar
is
to
more
a
car handling. This is more like a typical Jeep,
Jeep.
or like a truck kind of handling, as you could say. The problem with the CRDI is that it has a main bolt, and if that breaks, the CRDI will just fall on its face.
Okay.
So, and it is, I mean, I don't know how many will agree with me, but there have been issues of suspension in the
Issues.
car for the CRDI setup. Can't say that it was a Bolero, because I've seen in Bolero it's lasted long, because there's a difference in the frame
Okay.
in the front, the mounting in the frame in the front as compared to this. But the other thing is what I noticed on an off-roading aspect, like a lot of off-roaders going to notice is these are having a better articulation compared to the
Off-road.
coil spring setup. They will actually help you go in a better articulated movement when you're on,
Okay.
or when it rocks, or when you're actually going in an angle, compared to
Standard
your
setup.
standard coil spring setup. The other thing is that the coil spring setup, it keeps on like having this kind of jolting rubber band effect after some time when you are into bad roads. This will take a bump and then hold it. So it gives you the kind of confidence when you're going over bad surfaces.
Okay. So basically, to sum it up, I would say that this Jeep is meant for real men, the CRD is meant for boys, in a way.
It's
Right? I would say
just
that. If
say
you want a Jeep feeling, this is the Jeep to go for, not the CRD.
I would just say so is that in a city like Bombay, not many people have experienced a Jeep. So when Scorpio got launched from Mahindra, people who never ever sat in a Mahindra vehicle ended up buying a Scorpio. Okay, so it's all about people's wishes, fantasies, and all. So not everybody can do everything.
True.
So some people may like this, some people will like that. So it's not right to categorize, but yes, this is a more manly vehicle.
True.
So that is it.
Okay. And can you just give me a small, a small summary of the suspension work which you just did, which you just told me? How costly was it, maintenance-wise? In terms of the overall cost also,
Okay,
maintenance.
so the vehicle is done around 17,600 kilometers or so.
Okay.
I wanted to grease this string because they have become too dry.
Okay.
And what happens is that at the rear, it's a little too bouncy. So I removed the leaf spring number 3
Okay.
to help me get a better ride. So the ride is more cushioned as compared to earlier. Mahindra has given the extra spring at the back because a lot of these vehicles are used in the rural sector. You won't find them in the city sector as much. So
Okay.
many times in rural sector, they are doing multi-purpose things. Sometimes they're carrying some kind of farm load with them, or it could also be used for carrying milk cans or whatever purposes.
Understood.
And even sometimes they are used to ferry men. They act like taxis over there. So people want something which can take more load.
Rigid.
So,
Strong.
All in all, I found that for my personal driving, and I'm not carrying load or carrying people or something. For my personal ride, I wanted to make the ride a little bit less bouncy at the rear. So hence I got the leaf spring number 3
Removed.
from that, and the ride has become much better than before.
Okay.
And the total cost of actually overhauling a suspension of this vehicle with labor.
Okay. So you have done the whole oiling of the toy rods, ball joints, fatas, everything, right?
Okay.
The total labor and the spares or something, if you're going to do the full or the complete loose spring job of all four tires, it's never more than 3,000 rupees.
Okay. That's like barely nothing.
Yeah, because if you go to buy a regular strut of a car, a set is around 4,500, 5,500. So something like this is like around 3,000 rupees for the say the whole suspension work. And if you were to put shockers, the set of 4 is 800.
That's it.
That's it.
From Gabriel.
With warranty.
Okay. That's like nothing. 800 rupees for 4 shock absorbers from Gabriel is actually value for money. One more thing I wanted to ask you is about the rear canvas. How good is it in rain, in stopping rainwater coming in?
So this is a plastic top.
Okay.
It's not the canvas
It's not
top
canvas,
that we get
okay.
on CRDA or older Jeeps.
Okay.
The problem is that this becomes a little hard at times
Okay.
because of age, but it lasts you longer than the canvas.
The conventional canvas.
Yeah.
Okay.
It lasts you longer, and if in case like I've had a tear here, you can just like put up a tape that's
Monsoon
easy to-
tape.
Yeah. Whereas in the canvas, it increases its gap because of the cloth material. All in all, I have used this in my earlier Jeep and they last longer compared to canvas. So I would go for it. However, yes, it becomes a little hot inside.
True.
So if one can think of putting a kind of a Hitlon sheet or some kind of a fiber
what
sheet
sheet?
on top. Hitlon.
Hitlon.
Hitlon
Okay.
or a fiber sheet inside.
Okay.
So you are given a better insulation from heat. Then you are having a more comfortable cabin inside. Now, this vehicle doesn't come with an AC. So if anybody wants to do an AC, I would strongly recommend you get the Hitlon done on your roof or
Okay.
a fiber sheet done on your roof so that it can help you insulate better and you will have a better AC effect.
One more thing I wanted to ask you: are your glasses, ultraviolet protected? Because they have a kind of, I think they have a kind of a greenish tinge. I'm just asking. I'm not sure.
So these are company fitted ones which are coming. So they would be naturally laminated ones.
Okay.
And the laminated windscreen, whatever is, they are so-called parameters.
Okay.
I'm not sure of it. Maybe they are, the front windscreen could be, but I'm not sure.
Not the side.
glass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So fine then.